Hi, I'm Dr. Arden Compton. I'm going to coach you through a few rounds of EFT addressing fear of failure. Fear of failure is something that all of us encounter at some stage of our life in some way. Whoever you are, in some way, there's a really good probability that you have a fear of failure. I want you to consider that for a few moments. Consider an area of your life where you have a fear of failure, whether it's a relationship, whether it's related to your health, whether it's related to success, to money, climbing Mount Everest, whatever it is, some endeavor in your life, some area of your life you'd like to change or have be different, and within that is a fear of failure. As you consider that, put that fear of failure on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 being intense. Man, I'm just terrified that I'm going to fail at this. And 1, well, I'm just a little bit afraid of this. And 0 would be, no, I don't have any fear of failing at that. So you put your own number on it. I'm going to assume you have a basic knowledge of the emotional freedom technique. If not, you need to review that. I'm not going to introduce the basics here. I'm just going to coach you through that. You can go to www.emofree.com to gain some material. You can go to my website to gain some material. You can come to one of my workshops. But I'm not going to introduce EFT at this point. I'm just coaching you through the fear of failure. So you put your intensity on it, and I'll coach you through the process. Okay, start tapping on the karate chop spot. Say this fear of failure. I still love and accept myself even though I have this fear of failure. I completely love and accept myself even though I have this fear of failure. Because I might fail. This fear of failure. It would be bad if I failed at this. There's no guarantees that I'll succeed, and I'm afraid that I will fail. I still completely love and forgive myself, even though I have this fear of failure. This fear, this fear, this fear, and all the reasons behind this fear. All the reasons it would be bad if I failed at this. All the reasons I think I might fail at this. All the reasons I think I'll probably fail at this. I take a look at my track record, and I failed a few times. And I don't like failing. It's unpleasant. It's embarrassing. This fear of failure and all the reasons behind it. I still love and accept myself even though I feel this fear of failure. Fear of failure, I'd like that fear to go away. However bad the failure would be, this fear doesn't help me. This fear of failure, it just leads me to focus on what I'm fearing. Fear of failure. This fear leads me to project a negative outcome. It leads me to project failure. Fear leads me to project what I'm fearing. On the chin, this fear is counterproductive. This fear won't bring me any closer to my goal. Fear causes hesitation. Fear causes uncertainty. Self-doubt. Fear interferes. Fear is interfering. So I'd like this fear to go away, even though I might fail. Even though I might fail, because there's no guarantees, I'd like the fear to go away. I'm aware of the possibilities, but I don't need to fear. I need to be aware. I choose to look ahead with hope and optimism. I choose to look at the outcome that I want. Fear leads me to focus on what I don't want. And as I focus on something, the creative part of my mind begins to work on creating it. Fear leads me to create what I fear. So I choose to focus on what I want and have hope, optimism, because things can work out. I might succeed. I might do really well. I might do amazingly well. I choose to look ahead and project the best possible outcome. I see the best way this could turn out. I see myself succeeding. I hear myself saying, I did it. I hear myself saying, it worked out great. I don't need to fear that I will fail. I need to be aware of the possibilities and move ahead. If I do fail, then that will teach me something. My failures are my teachers, and I can learn from them. They help me to grow. They help me to improve. They teach me where I need to change. And that's something that I need to learn. If I need to learn something, my failures will teach me. I can forgive myself. I can build on that and do better. I don't need to fear that process. I don't need to fear the process of improving, the process of progression, the process of learning my weaknesses and correcting them. I choose to be grateful for the opportunity to learn and grow and progress. And if I fail, I'll make the needed changes. I'll forgive myself. I'll forgive anybody else that played a negative role. And I can move on and have a better and better life. Fear won't help me create a better life. Fear won't help me be a better person. It just stalls me out. So I dismiss the fear and see myself doing better. Okay, now assess fear of failure. Whatever your endeavor was, does it have the same intensity? If it was a 9, is it still a 9? Or is it less? If there's still some fear, then you need to assess what's still there. Maybe ask yourself the question, the reason I'm still afraid of this failure is because, and you fill in the blank. What is it that's still there? If there's still something there, then you need to go through another round of tapping, plugging in what it is that's still holding that fear up. Maybe it's a fear of others' expectations. Maybe it's a fear of repeating a past pattern. There could be any number of reasons why you might still have some fear of failure. Whatever it is, put it into a setup phrase and tap it out similar to the way that we just tapped this out. And you can actually get that fear down to a 0. Even if it started at a 10, I've seen it over and over and over again. Intense fears where people are just terrified can be brought down to a much more manageable number, actually to a 0. And a person can really move ahead with hope, optimism, and confidence that things will work out. And if they don't work out perfectly, they've learned and they'll take the next step with hope, optimism, and confidence. You can do it too. Go for it. Good luck.